bingo. You know, actually, when Joe was talking about the future job market, I was, you know, kind of worried about scholars and the writers. Probably, you know, because the ChatGPT is really functional and powerful. Therefore, there was a news about a student's paper written by a GPT were accepted by good journals for publication. Therefore, I was trying to find a breakthrough, try to use new method to review what happened in the past and what should we do in the future as scholars with the different generators to get a big data from the database, and also use the method to study AI enhanced language learning as an example. So this is my approach. So this is the outline. I will just quickly go over the outline. So this is the background, because we have the histories about using computer assisted language learning and web enhanced language learning, which is with the internet. And then we have the mobile device. So we use mobile assisted language learning, and right now is what happening right now, AI enhanced language learning. So this is the holistic picture about technology enhanced language learning. And then, so this is I just talked, about the hotel system or the code system, and my method used is a proposal. I plan to submit to the Ministry of Science and Technology for a certain grant. I hope I can get a grant. And in the past, we focused on tail system. So I just complete my data mining from the earliest year of certain database for collection. It's 1996, which is the Web of Science, and then to year 2021, because I want to follow the focus on AI enhanced from year 2020 to date. So this is the whole picture of my proposal. And the database, as I just mentioned, is the Web of Science database with 3 core collections. I will mention that. So first of all, we need to know what actually VB Matrix is about, and then of course concept about so they are pretty alike, because VB Matrix is like we just quantify the data for the citation, for the publication productivity. However, psychometrics we use like pretty qualitative way to extend the clusters, their correlations, and maybe some links, groups of researchers with certain topics or themes within the cluster. I give some examples in the following slides. Therefore, Web of Science is one of the leading database for scholars. However, we can do other database as well, because I can just show one example today. Within the Web of Science, there are more than like 7 or 8 collections right now, but I just focus on the leading 3 ones, which is the SCIE and the SSCI and the NHCI. So I just exclude other 4 collections, focus on the 3. Otherwise, the data will be really huge. And this is the whole picture of my literature review. Talking about artificial intelligence with some learning activities outside the circle, no matter what kind of technology we say is about language teaching or learning, still authentic, problem solving, role play, articulation, and reflection, right? Those are all the activities embedded in the current situation of AI. It's my assumption, but I don't know. I have to check. And also we have collaboration and also modeling. All the outer words are already there within the code framework in relation to instructional technology and the techniques. And throughout the history, the early period, we used the computer to help us to teach the language or learn the language. Upon that time, we don't actually need internet. We have the the courseware and the intranet, like the exam, test bank. So it's called the behavior period, drill and the practice, and then memorize. So this is the earlier stage about the computer-assisted language learning. And then, with the progress of time, we have communicative code. So we can talk through the, like the speech recognition like that. And then, right now, we are integrative code and the emerging technology, which is the AI. Actually, we can integrate the old stuff into the new AI system, and this is my second assumption. Therefore, throughout the whole history, we know that, again, who are the stakeholders and what kind of effects that we want from the learning results, and also what kind of technology that use for enhance students' learning and the teachers' teaching, and what are the instructional activities or strategies used. And my assumption will be also the same. Even though we use different technology, probably those components are still here within the AI framework. So this is my assumption, the third one. We have stakeholders, we need the effects, the learning outcomes, and we need all the different, instructional techniques, strategies, and also we need different, interaction with the technology. So this is, I can give you the PowerPoint if you want. And then this is my methodology. Like I just mentioned, I don't believe that human being will be displaced totally if I have the weapon like Bibi mentions as scholars. Even though ChatGPT is really good at writing, at organizing the concept, and they will be the GPT will be my assistant, to help me write instead of help me do the data mining. So still I have to do the data mining by myself and interpret the different clusters of keywords and the concept by human being and the experts. But this is the research process. I already defined my data source, the websites, and also I have key terms. And the criteria would be like, something that's, built in the data system, like, keywords, publication years, or maybe different, criteria, or maybe journals, what kind of journals. And then I will just collect my data and try to visualize, use different tools. I use two different tools to help me to analyze the result, and then I need people, experts, to help me to explain and do the interpretation of different clusters of research outcomes. So those are the uh, like parameters for me to analyze in the following slides. So this is what we say the Web of Science core collection. Just like I just mentioned, I just used the three database, three core collections instead of all. So I focus on SCIE, SSCI, and NHCI to see what happened using my keywords. And this is the data source. Here is one example. Usually, so I just, check the three important collections that I want. And I didn't, I exclude the others. And this is what I say the criteria. Of course, you can use publication years, and other criteria. For this example, I will just give you the key terms, which is the computer-assisted language learning. Okay, for example. But this is a wrong example I tried. If without a quotation, we need a quotation here. Otherwise, the result linked to every individual words would be the result. It would be huge. So I need to fix the term. So the quotation is a really important thing that we need to do before we come up with the result that you want. So the key term search. And then I will try to come up with 3 example mini studies or pilot studies that I did. First of all, I check in the field of educational studies, and I want to know whether any educational field scholars use the bibliometric method in the research. And then this is one part of my literature review. I just want to prove that bibliometrics are already used in educational studies for many scholars. And the second part will be, I just focus on one journal, which is the computer-assisted language learning, as my pilot study. And I just want to prove that actually I can use bibliometrics to do the data mining within one journal. And the result will be more like, condensed and also with meaningful results. Of course, targeting on today's topic, because not, say we need to do something about AI. So I did another pilot study, AI enhanced the language teaching or learning. So this is the initial results. This is what I just mentioned. Bibliometrics method used by educational scholars. So the result is really huge, I just searched from year 1996, 2020 to date, to year 2021, I'm sorry. And I come up with all the results within the code journals. I'm sorry. Oh, this is wrong. But I can, just skip this one. Okay, I'm sorry, this is the correct one. So this is the bibliometric studies about educational studies. As we can see, this is the citation performance. How many citations? I focus on the global citation because local citation is just within the Web of Science database. Global citation include Google Scholar, a lot of database, Scopus. In ranking order, Taiwan surprisingly ranked on the top 1 because we need to promote to different levels like assistant professors, those are the criteria. And followed by the USA, and so forth. China, those are the citation performance. Therefore, I focus on the code journal. I'm sorry, I skipped one part because of the PowerPoint was. This is the main point. And again, I searched the code journal from the earliest date of the database Web of Science to year 2021. And this is the key term I forgot to fix it. Computer, and this is the year. Of course, you can change whatever you want, but I use the whole database. Within the code journal from the year 1996 to 2021, document types, all of them are like articles and allow early access, but we have reviews, so you can also submit your review, like book review or article review to the code journal, and some articles are not good enough, therefore they are restricted. And we have editorial materials. So this is within the code journal. From year 1996 into year 2021, in total, there are 494 records within, and the authors, almost 900 authors submitted their paper to the journal. Okay. And this is what I want. Okay, I'm sorry. And this is the code journal published by annual citation performance. As we can see, the highest the global citation should be year 2020, 2011, because this is the highest one. There is like a way of saying earlier publications are with more citation rate because they have the time to be cited, like a long period to be cited by the later articles or papers. So, which so as you can see in ranking order, the current years are without much citation. So this is what I say the cluster within the code journal. It's really like complicated, but I will just first focus on the color. For example, this is what I use a software which is the Voice Viewer, free for download for free, and created the citation network. Different color would integrate would indicate different group of studies. So I would just separately try to explain different colors. I separated into, I remember it's 6 clusters, like 1, 2, but I will try to define the meaning after I show you the different color with their clusters. Okay, so this is the first one and the second one. Things, those are the keyword collections, okay? So this is thing. The first cluster, as I just showed you, is about learners' cognition and the acquisition and learning in technology-enhanced language learning context. So this is what I say the psychometrics. Because I need people, I need a group of scholars to discuss why they get into one cluster with one color. And then the second cluster or thing will focus on affective domain and learner-to-learner interactions in the technology learning environment. About language, those are the keywords. And then we will have the third and the fourth cluster. This is just one journal, just one journal. If you do the whole system, for example, AI enhanced, that's another, different story. Third and the fourth cluster, of course, actually there are 6 clusters. I will just try to show you. The third cluster is about teacher education, teachers' knowledge, and how they their willingness and the training to adopt technology in language education. Those are the keywords. And then we have the fourth cluster is about the emerging tools, including AI, ChatGPT. How we use the emerging tools to enhance learner autonomy and the learning strategies. And then we have the fifth cluster. Those are, other issues. It's like a mix, so I cannot, try to organize them in a logical way. And the sixth cluster, but pretty close to diffusion and the changes of technology. So this is like the future of technology use. The sixth one is about the same, those two can be combined into one because they are like, like different keywords, but all of them are like fuzzy. We cannot recognize, but we can tell. Some scholars try to integrate or diffuse changes in technology in their teaching of language. So, finally, is the key point today about how we use artificial intelligence to enhance language learning. I cannot say it's bibliometrics because I didn't have enough time to come up with all the data that I want. So it's just a meta synthesis of some articles that are found as today's example. Therefore, I key in, like I fix the language learning and the O field. I search O field and the artificial intelligence. But I need to mention this, not all the outputs are meaningful or maybe directly related to the key term. So manually, we need to delete someone. I will show you some examples. But this is something that I already deleted. Something that I feel is not meaningful. Therefore, as you can see, actually before a year, I remember several records are before 1999. So before 1999, still already we use artificial intelligence in language teaching. This is something that I'm curious about. And those are the current publications. And the result of my search, total 278. So this is a new research area that scholar can pay attention to because it's not thousands, it's 200, not 300s. Okay, about the citation performance, just like I mentioned, the total record, 377. So this is a new research area. Again, the earlier one, but not this one. This is really, I will give you the article title later on. Those are the citation performance, global citation scores. Year 2021 is with the most citation score, the highest one. I don't know why. Probably a lot of scholars cite each other, for publication because, as you can see, the total output are only 277, or maybe self-cite. We don't know. So let's focus on this early one. In 1998, this one is about, I think I just, I couldn't understand the content, but I know that somebody used mathematics to calculate with some artificial intelligence about speech or some learning times, But this one is really meaningful. Collaborative learning environment were already discussed and published in year 1998 in virtual reality. So this is, I remember it's called the Second Life or something. So this is, the earlier application of the virtual learning with some ideas earlier ideas about artificial intelligence. And this is the citation performance by output. And those are in ranking order. I just try to rank the top 8. The thing that got my attention is the second one. It's technology and the future of language teaching. So this one probably is really valuable for all of us today to read the content. And also the fourth one, simulating and sustaining interest in language learning using AI or ChatGPT. And also I would like to mention Baby Metrics is also a powerful tool for me, even though I don't use the method. I don't use the Baby Metrics method, but I use the data mining to find the relevant literature that I want and the highly cited paper. So I say it's just like a meta synthesis because I didn't actually have the time and enough data to do the BB Metrics. And the seventh one is about the emotion and the interactive kind of aspect of learning. And we have a lot interesting articles or outputs here. This is the performance about AI enhanced language teaching, a cross-country comparison in relation to the citation performance. USA, as I expected, should be the top one because of the the GPT and also a lot of new technologies. It was kind of surprising because China ranked the second because they have a lot budget for doing this thing. But Taiwan is not bad. It's ranked on the 9th place. So this is the citation performance about, and this is the initial cluster I created again by those viewers about AI enhanced the language learning from year 1996. I included the earlier one today, and it's again not very clear, but I try my best to focus on open AI. So I, again, limited to AI enhanced language learning, and I focus on open, I put a word open into my parameter criteria, therefore I got a result here. As you can see, if I put open AI, ChatGPT, think with machine translation, AR, speech recognition, those are all the topics that we talked today. Acquisition, model, chatbot, right? And online, of course, machine learning. And the thing that we care the most is students' performance, student-centered, and the learner-centered, right? So those are the vocabulary and how students acquire the language through the GPT. Okay, those are the clusters recommended by the both viewer. As a lot of clusters recommended by both viewer, but it's still under my interview with scholars right now. But the cluster one leaded by achievement. So I think it's about how we use AI and the different technologies, the techniques to help the students achieve the level.
Vivian?
Yeah.
I don't want to rush you, but we have the room till 2:30.
Oh, okay. Because I'm going to finish.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So those are the clusters I'm still trying to get them in logical way. And this is the final 2 clusters because I don't have but deep learning is and those are the ranking of keywords or key phrases if I use OpenAI. And then those are the top 5 research output by global citation performance targeting on ChatGPT. Those are the, I can give you the PowerPoint later on because it's just the initial finding that I have from the database, and the conclusion is really easy. I just want to limit. I found my limitation first. I just focus on one journal, so that's the first limitation. And the second limitation is I just use one database. Probably I can expand or enlarge into like Google Scholar, Scopus, or Cyverse, BI Compendex, other databases. And the more keywords combination can be added into the search keyword. The conclusion is that still I'm doing the research after the COVID-19. Probably there are more opportunities for scholars to use AI to teach students face-to-face or either online. Therefore, this is my future implication, research implication. And this is another study about PISA exam that I did. So if we have the research weapon, this is an example that I try to use natural readers, but I couldn't find good things within the database. Therefore, I put other AI, but I couldn't find good meaningful articles. So those are the area that if you are using the tools, you can try to come up with research. But if I use text-to-speech, it comes up with 96 results about language learning. And if I use DeepL, nothing is about the result. The output is nothing. But if I use translation, then I have 7 articles in relation to AI and the language learning. So those are the new topics and the possibilities to scholars or maybe teachers here in today's. We say it's a conference or a symposium? Whatever. Seminar. Okay. Okay. Thank you. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.